Alright, it looks like we are live. Welcome to another episode of Bottom of the Bin. I am your host, as always, Chris, this time being joined by my brother, Intism Kaysen.
A title I wear very proudly.
And today, we are closing out the Zombies film trilogy with Aquarium of the Dead. Which I guess was... I think I seem to recall you telling me that this movie is supposed to take place adjacent to what happens in the first movie? Or am I just reading that
roughly around the same time?
Roughly the same time.
Roughly.
So...
No, don't lick my pizza.
That's what she said.
Okay, shut up.
But
I'm about to tear off that. I'm about to tear off that part of the pizza now. I'm not fucking eating that now.
But
that's also what she said.
So apparently the timeline of this franchise is just one discombobulated clusterfuck. You got Zombies 1, then you got Zombies 2, which is a prequel, and Aquarium of the Dead, which is a spin-off that takes place around the same time as the first movie. So...
No.
I'll probably
it's a clusterfuck.
Your dog will probably pay better attention if you do it like Adolf in Inglourious Basterds. Just 9999999.
Considering his ears went back and he looks terrified that you did it, I don't think so. You're coming out the PS5 controller full volume.
Nice.
He's looking at you like, is it haunted?
Yes, Beef, it is.
Yeah, you better listen to the spitter of your late Uncle Chris.
Oh.
Of course, Wesker and Friends put up a video. Wesker and Friends celebrate RE9's launch.
That doesn't shock me.
Literally every Resident Evil channel is doing something today.
Hey, I guess Resident Evil fans are eating good with Requiem, because I'm hearing the first like 4 hours of the game that I've watched looks really sweet, and I'm seeing a lot of people giving it high praise.
Yeah. I already told you about the plan for a playthrough if it happens on the channel.
Yeah, you have privately over Discord, I think. I don't recall you dropping it in the chat on the stream yesterday, but that could just be my shitty-ass memory.
I think that was actually today I told you, but I already have the thumbnail, and will you quit trying to take my fucking pizza? Lily Plays might be making a comeback in the form of what's going to happen is when I do Resident Evil Requiem, she's going to have access to my account, and she's going to be doing the Grace parts. I'm going to be doing the Leon parts. You want to do the Leon parts? And I said, hell no. First time he's in a game continuing the story since Resident Evil 6. That is mine. But back to Zombies, and on a partly related note to Resident Evil, this movie stars DC fucking Douglas.
Yes, he's one of the... So this is a movie that was apparently filmed over the course of 6 days during the COVID pandemic. I'm not joking.
Fucking pizza. That's it. You're going in the kennel.
I was not aware DC Douglas was also in Sharknado 2.
He is?
Apparently. Same director as Sharknado 2. DC Douglas was in Sharknado 2. Vivica A. Fox was in Sharknado 2. And she's in this one.
I've heard things about DC Douglas being a bit of a dickbag, but can't deny he was a good Wesker.
He is. I adore him as Wesker just because in RE5 he just goes full James Bond villain, and it's so cartoonish that it just has so much charm to it. We last met at the Spencer estate, wasn't it?
Okay, good. You didn't hear that, did you?
No.
Okay, I was telling my dog. I put a couple of puppy pads down in the kennel, and he'll literally protest by peeing when I put him in a kennel, and he said, "Joke's on you, that pad's meant to be pissed on." There's 2 other pads, you can lay on those.
Anyways.
I don't abuse my dog, I swear. But he's only going to be in there for like 2 or 3 more minutes while I eat, so let's just go.
Yeah.
But,
and you can tell that this movie was shot during COVID. You can tell that this movie was shot in 6 days because for like 90% of the movie, it's very apparent that the actors are not, like, they couldn't get all the actors in the same place on the same day.
Yeah, I noticed that too. And also the CGI is kind of horrendous.
I mean, the
CGI it's an
CGI
asylum film, so.
I mean, the CGI is horrendous across all 3 of these movies. The one deal is, like, the other 2 movies, whenever it felt like it was sort of almost getting boring adjacent, they would immediately undercut that by having a really goofy zombie animal encounter. So it was pervasive across the 80 or 85 minutes per movie.
I can't get over the fucking porcupine quills from the last movie.
Right? But in this one, it's like they didn't have time to film as many zombie animal scenes as they wanted, so or as they could normally put into the other 2 movies. So they kind of just limit it to, like, here we're gonna have this one encounter and it's gonna last like 2 or 3 minutes. We're gonna have this encounter. We're gonna have this encounter, and it's spaced out across over the course of the movie, and it's not spaced out well. I mean, granted, with an asylum movie, the words accurate, the words decent, competent pacing, and the asylum are pretty much illegal in 5 states.
Can we talk about the zombified spider crabs?
Oh my god. So, I appreciate the fact that this movie actually just, it didn't try to throw in more than just, like, so, more than just, like, whatever I had a thought, and then my brain just went completely off the fucking rails.
That train of thought, and it derailed.
My brain was running faster than my hold on a sec. My mouth was running faster than my brain could keep up.
And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you're not retarded at all? And if you close your eyes...
You hear what I said?
You said welcome to weaponized autism.
But actually I just said welcome to autism, as in welcome to having autism, but that works too.
Hey, either or. So we
tomato, potato, potato. Let's just hold the whole thing off. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go.
So the long and short of it is, this movie takes place at the Shining Sea Aquarium, where apparently they're in possession of some epinephrine syringes or epinephrine injectors that were on hold from the Eden Wildlife Zoo from the first movie. Those being the syringes that had the zombie plague that created the zombies to begin with, and they were supposed to dispose of them, but somebody didn't do his fucking job right, and somehow one of those epinephrine injectors winds up being used on an octopus that is going into cardiac arrest, which causes it to die and reanimate and kill 2 aquarium workers and escape into the ducts and infect the entire aquarium population. And
Hence, the jackass plays a character who wears sunglasses 24/7.
yeah, somebody, you done messed up, AA Ron.
Or in this case, you done messed up, dipshit Daniel.
and
Sorry, but DC Douglas's hair in this fucking movie, bro.
Oh my lord. Dude, and I need a haircut. I need a haircut bad. As you can tell by the thumbnail, yes, I've got the solid snake mullet going on. And
Yeah, it's ironic you put me in the RPD costume, considering I'm literally rushing through the game just to get the RPD costume.
oh, is that what it takes to get the RPD costume is to
You gotta beat it once and then buy it for like 500 completion points.
Oh, nice.
And I have like over 3,000, so I'm good.
Woo!
At least this one actually had an RPD costume unlocked after the story, unlike Resident Evil 4, which they didn't add till like 6 months later, and then locked it behind a challenge where I spent 13 days out of a 14-day period up all night. My thumb's nearly sprained from trying to get an S plus rank as all characters on all maps.
Oh, that's just not even right, Capcom. What the fuck?
Dude, that's why when I got my PS5, I was dead set on waiting till I got my data transferred over. 'Cause I was not doing that shit again.
Right?
Which is ironic, considering like 5 months before that, I literally got Resident Evil 4 remake for Xbox Series X. But I was just playing that because I was bored. I wasn't actually going to make any effort on it.
Oh.
That was before I got my PS5.
Oh, Capcom.
Anyway.
Oh, Capcom. Oh, Capcom.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
But I think we can agree that Resident Evil remake is still good.
Oh yeah, it still is.
It actually looks fucking decent. It actually looks fucking beautiful on PS4.
It really does.
But I'm still baffled it didn't get an Xbox One release, but, you know, PS4 has better Xbox One. And like you've said a million times, the Xbox One reveal went kaput.
Yeah, you can thank Don Matrick and his TV for that.
And now they hire a president who has no prior knowledge to anything gaming related.
Has never worked in the game industry, but she has worked in Microsoft's AI division.
Yeah.
So be ready to call it the slot box.
Fuck you, sir. I was getting my voice ready.
Yes, get the Brian Cox accent ready. Fuck you, sir.
And what's funny is while I was eating, I had your first solo stream going in the background. I just lost it hearing you say, "Ma, there goes a trampoline." Like, you redneck motherfucker.
I mean,
hey, you have the mullet. It checks out.
I mean, I spent a large chunk of my childhood living in a trailer park. So what do you expect?
What's wrong with living in a trailer park?
Not a damn thing.
Unless you're my mother. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, so while this is going on, while this octopus is is infecting the entire aquarium population, the,
Speaking of the octopus.
I guess the lead scientist or the owner of the aquarium is having a meeting with a senator who she needs to secure additional funding for the facility, because what they have right now is just enough to keep the lights on and the animals fed, but not enough to really grow their business. But that goes out the window when the entire facility ends up on lockdown thanks to an infected octopus and a zombified crocodile and a zombified walrus and zombified spider crabs and starfish.
Yeah, you need a clip of Plankton from SpongeBob going, "All right, I get it." Hey, the SpongeBob clip would be fitting considering, the theme of the movie.
Right?
But doesn't one of the characters seem to sacrifice themselves to the octopus willingly? But then it shows a dramatic shot of them falling overhead, scared.
Oh my god! There's a scene during like the big showdown of the movie where Vivica Fox, who is the head of security for this aquarium, because of course she is. So you've got your lead who's Miranda. Her name is the character's name is Miranda. Is moving along this pipeline to try to get to the generators for the. Should we even hit that point this early in the video?
Probably not.
But yeah, so let's just jump back. Let's jump back.
Yeah, let's just. But I have to vent my frustrations about the goddamn starfish.
Oh my god, the starfish. So we'll get to the starfish. Shit goes sideways.
Yep.
Miranda, the senator, the senator's aide, and the scientist who was present when the octopus went insane and killed a couple people. They all get stuck, locked down in the same location, separate from Vivica Fox's character Clue, and also separate from DC Douglas, who is giving a tour with this guy. This guy, a black guy named Skylar. Damn, son, you had no chance at all, did you?
I mean, isn't it a trope for? Actually, I don't want to say it. I might get labeled racist.
I mean, the black guy dying first is a trope, but he's not. But it's not invoked here because he's not the first one to die.
Okay. Lawsuit averted. I don't know where the lawsuit joke thing came from.
He does get a funny, so Skylar, the unfortunately named black man named Skylar, that's worse than being a black man named Melvin.
I thought you were gonna say Marvin, and it's like wrong piece of media, Chris.
I mean, I don't think you want to be a black cop named Marvin in this environment either.
And don't make my mistake. If you see one of those things, and before he can finish, a zombie shark comes out of nowhere, bites his head off.
Oh, if it was a Sharknado movie, that absolutely would fucking happen.
Basically, do them like they do to Samuel L. Jackson in Deep Blue Sea.
Right? Motherfucker!
I'm pretty sure that guy is 80 by now.
Close enough.
Beef. Are you serious? Yeah, you're staying in there. He looked me right in the eye. He looked me right in the eye and snorted. Then pooped.
Okay.
No. He did it in such a human way. He basically said, "Hey, watch this." My dog is possessed by a fucking human.
I mean,
A very vengeful.
dogs can be petty.
A vengeful. So yeah, I'm gonna have to step away for a second. I gotta clean this up.
So while he's doing that,
It's actually convenient because considering I'm trying to remember what all that happened in order. So I'll just let you take it from here. I'll just let you take it from here for now while I'm doing it.
oh yeah, because it's a little more fresh in my head. Plus, I have the Wikipedia page right in front of me.
So it's not a crime if I do too.
Do what?
So it's not a crime if I do too.
No, it is not. So,
Okay, be right back.
so somehow some of the animals shatter their tanks, trying to get at Miranda and this Dr. Karen and the senator. And so the whole facility goes into lockdown, which means somehow the building goes on emergency power and all the doors are sealed, which doesn't make sense because if the building's on emergency power, that would mean that all the doors would be open, so there shouldn't be a lockdown issue, but whatever. This movie's run by these movies are written by people who are down with the syndrome, so I'm gonna have to just let that slide. You've got Clue by herself on one end of the building. You've got Miranda and this party of dipshits inside the building, and then you got DC Douglas and Skylar outside trying to get in. That's the long and short of it. And along the way, there's zombified animals to deal with, like the aforementioned zombified spider crabs that try to kill Skylar and DC Douglas. Their method of dealing with it is not it. They have a fire axe, and instead of chopping them in half, there's one scene where DC Douglas just swings down, chops him with the blade. But there's a scene where instead of chopping it in half, Skylar takes the stick end, fucking hits a home run with it. So that thing's in the water now. That thing, and not the water of the aquarium, that thing's in the ocean now. So that thing is just out there. Good job, you fucking idiot. Later on, this guy tries to this guy tries to go all Leroy Jenkins on a fucking zombified walrus, gets knocked into the wall and impaled by its tusks, so he's dead dumbass. The only thing worse than a dumbass is a dead one.
I forgot someone got killed by Justin Long.
Ugh. I would say that's the shittiest thing Kevin Smith's ever attached his name to, but Netflix Masters of the Universe exists.
Got another thing added to the list of things that made me want to play David Carradine's Simulator. On that note, I'm back.
Hey, let's get Mark Hamill to play Skeletor, and that's somehow the only decent selling point the show has.
I'm still wrapping my head around the fact they cast Jared Leto as Skeletor in the new one coming out this summer.
I want to know why anybody is still casting Jared Leto in anything, because apart from the one Suicide Squad movie he was in back in 2016, like, every movie he's starred in since has bombed. The guy is box office poison. The guy is like... He's like Kristen Stewart. Nobody, if his name is in a movie, nobody wants to see it.
Why do you think Tron Ares flopped harder than the husband at the beginning of The American Grudge?
Oof.
Yeah, I went there.
So eventually, one of those starfish manages to... There's a big encounter with a bunch of zombified starfish, one of whom manages to somehow sneakily attach itself to the senator's aide and suck out enough of her blood to kill her.
And I'm just over here thinking, like, how the hell did you get over there without... There's no way it got on without her noticing, and it's like, were you trying to masturbate with it and it got stuck? What?
I as soon as she lifted her shirt and showed that starfish, I was just like, well, now we know who would not have told anyone if she had gotten bit by actual zombies.
Yeah, because somehow this shit doesn't infect humans.
Yeah, I'm still not clear on that. I'm still not clear on how this virus does not infect humans. It only affects animals. Like, I think they explained it in the second one, but it wasn't explained well, and I'm probably thinking harder about this than the people who wrote the fucking movie.
I mean, at the very least, have the virus kill them. It doesn't have to make them turn. You would think that even if it didn't make them turn, you would think it would still kill them.
But anyway, at some point they figure out that all the reanimated animals are blind and navigating based on sound. This is a new thing because it wasn't established in the previous two movies.
And those animals could clearly see and were out for blood.
Very much
Speaking of blood, when a chick was getting bitten, but her bottom half was getting bitten, and she was somehow spitting up blood, and it's like, yeah, that's totally how it works.
Oh yeah, when she was in the second one, when she was getting it was her legs. She was getting bitten on the legs, and she's spewing blood out. Yeah, sure, that's clearly on par with when Robert Shaw was getting his guts chomped on by the fucking shark in Jaws.
Don't get me wrong, I didn't like that character at all, but come on, that's not how the human body works.
You know what I really love about this movie is they go for the previous two movies were shot in the 1:8:5 aspect ratio because they're optimized for television. But then this one tries to make it look more cinematic by going with a 2:3:9 aspect ratio. So you get that really narrow letterbox field of vision where they're trying to make it look more like a movie. Except
It doesn't work.
no, it doesn't. This movie does not look. It doesn't look like a movie. Like not even the more low end, straight to video stuff that I've seen.
And we've been dealing with a lot of that shit on the bottom of the bin recently.
This movie looks like a YouTube skit. Is what it looks like. This movie's almost shot like. I mean, the other two movies were the filming making was really spotty anyway, but this movie looks like a YouTube skit. It doesn't even look like a TV movie. The other two movies did at least look like, okay, I get why I would be watching this on like the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, it's in a similar vein to how kind of like how Hellboy to Crooked Man looks like a freaking feature-length fan project.
Yeah, even though I think that was produced by with the direct involvement of the guy who writes the Hellboy comics.
I mean, yeah, it was independent, and look where it went.
Yeah.
I mean, Ron Perlman himself said at 75, he's almost 76, and he said he doesn't care how old he gets. He just wanted to do Hellboy at least one more time, but probably never will.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, we also never got Silent Hills, so...
That's true.
But I think Silent Hills did influence Resident Evil 7, so there's that.
Oh, there's without question it was an influence on RE7. Capcom saw how pissed off everybody was that they canceled, and they were like, they just Thanos'd it. They were like, fine, I'll do it myself.
And then people say it was the first ever first person Resident Evil. It's like, what about that game that takes us 40 minutes to beat?
Yeah, what about Survivor?
Survivor 2, Dead Aim had first person aiming. Umbrella Chronicle, if you want to count Umbrella and Darkside Chronicles, although those are technically rail shooters and not actual first person shooters, but still.
Right. Fucking tourists.
There's a freaking Silent Hill arcade. Anyway, before our autistic brains get way too off topic, where do we leave off in Aquarium of the Dead?
So we were discussing how it's established that the animals are the zombified animals are blind and navigate based on sound, which was not established in the previous movies. That's pretty much where we're at now.
Yeah, those animals could clearly see, especially since there was a POV shot of the lion in the first fucking zombies.
Right? So now we're back to where I was about to.
Lily just texted me to. She just texted me to take my medicine.
Take your Ritalin.
No, I'm gonna take my Busperone.
Oh.
I already took it like half an hour ago.
Oh.
Anyway.
So now we are at the spot. Now we are at the spot that you considered that I think you said was a hilarious death, and to me it was one of the most unintentionally hilarious deaths in the entire movie.
Yeah, so fucking abysmal.
So they go down to the power room, to the generator room to reset the power, and the octopus is in the basement with them. So Vivica Fox grabs the fire axe and does this like Superman leap or whatever. With the axe to try to kill the octopus, and then cut to DC Douglas's reaction, or cut to Miranda's reaction, cut back to Vivica Fox. Somehow her back is now to the water instead of her directly facing the octopus in the water, and she falls into it and just dies. It's one of the stupidest, most hilarious. It's one of the most hilariously stupid deaths I've seen since that 12-year-old little shit fell off the top floor in Halloween Ends. At the beginning of Halloween Ends.
Yeah. What about the one? What about the one where it was? I think you've seen Bloodlines, right?
I've seen
Final Destination Bloodlines.
I've seen clips from it.
Well, there's the part where the spoiled boy, the little shit, runs. He thinks he got away scot-free, and he's giggling as he runs, but then the piano fucking lands on him.
Oh, I've seen that clip. Yeah, it just drops on his head like it's a fucking Wile E. Coyote cartoon.
Dude, when I saw it in theaters, the audience clapped. There were people who clapped for that.
Right.
And it's like, I'm not one to wish death on kids in horror movies, but a lot of them just deserve it.
I mean, there's video compilations on YouTube of people reacting to that scene and have no sympathy for that kid at all.
I mean, he was told not to do something, and he wouldn't listen because he's fucking spoiled, and now... Crash.
Yeah,
all that was missing was a Wile E. Coyote sound.
Yeah, now everybody's dead because of you, you fucking shit. I never got into that series. I'm just going to be straight up with you. I could never get into Final Destination because it portrays... I mean,
it's over the top in the later movies, so...
Well, my thing is that it takes the very concept of death and turns it into the most bitter, vindictive X that has ever existed.
Yeah.
I can't with that series. Just like I can't with Saw because John Kramer's motivation just never made sense to me. Oh, I'm going to give people who don't deserve it a whole new appreciation for life by having them horrifically mangle themselves until they look like Quasimodo's herniated ball sack. Yeah, sure, that sounds real cool, real chill and rational, you fucking idiot. Like, the only thing Jigsaw had going for him was that Tobin Bell has a cool voice. And he has a voice for horror. That's it.
I mean, really the only good Saw movie besides the first one was Saw X. Which takes place between Saw 1 and 2, and... It's just... I mean, Tobin was like... You mean to tell me that the character Jigsaw is in his mid-50s when the actor was like 60-something at the time?
Right.
I'm just thinking, gee, what the fuck did life do to you? And then we find out in later movies, and it's like, oh, that's what life did to you.
Well, I mean, in the first Lethal Weapon, Mel Gibson was in his late 20s, and he's supposed to be 40, and Danny Glover was in his 40s, playing a 50-year-old.
Like I said yesterday, Mel Gibson would have killed it as Wolverine in the 80s.
Oh, most definitely. That's pretty much how... The fact that we keep jumping off topic so easily and so aggressively is really a testament to the quality of this movie. It's not even... Like, the other two movies were dumb, and they are objectively bad movies. There is, like, some tiny smidgen of entertainment value in them, probably, for, like, a bad movie night. This feels like a... Considering this movie was shot over the course of 6 days, it feels like a tax write-off.
Dude, when I first got my teeth out a couple years ago, I still remember, like, Me and Lily literally binge watched all three of these movies. Years ago when I got my teeth out, we literally binged these fucking movies. It was more like a month after. It was like more like a month or two after, but still. I'm just. Can you tell? Can you tell that I'm ready to be done with this series?
Well, thank God this is only the this is the third and last film in the entire. There's a crossover movie, 2025 Armageddon, released to celebrate the Asylum's 25th anniversary. In this film, a hostile alien race sends facsimiles of Asylum monsters to attack Earth. We're not gonna fucking watch that. Fuck that.
What the fuck?
Fuck that. I'm not watching that shit.
What in the... Did it run out of ideas?
I have a rich clip for this.
How high are you? You just get back from a smoke session with Joe Rogan?
Yeah,
What?
my thoughts exactly, Rich. How high are you?
No, it's hi, how are you? Get it right.
I'm not fucking watching that. Fuck that. I'm sure there's plenty of other shit on Tubi we could find. I actually found something on Tubi we could watch for our next bottom of the bin video, or bottom of the bin.
Did we already do Bone? Did we already do Bone Tomahawk?
No, but something just came across my feed when I opened up Tubi to watch this movie. There was something that popped up in my recommended, and I was just like, oh, we've absolutely got to check this one out. We've absolutely got to. It's a movie from 2018 called FPS First Person Shooter. So it's an action movie shot from the first person perspective. So it's like Hardcore Henry, but made for like table scraps.
Hardcore Henry on a budget.
Yeah. The premise, the Tubi page says, a man ventures through a multi-level abandoned hospital to rescue his pregnant wife from a mad scientist who's creating an army of genetic mutants.
The hell now?
So this is a movie that is on this. It's a first person shooter action movie, and it was actually made before Hardcore Henry. The Tubi page says 2018, but it was actually made in 2014.
Then why the hell did... Is it like the movie Clown, where it technically was made in 2014, but didn't come out until 2016?
Yeah, one of those things where it's like it took them a while to get distribution or whatever.
Yeah, where's the Batgirl movie? Oh, I know, somewhere up Dave Zaslav's ass.
Oh God.
David Zaslav? No, David Aslav. David Aslav.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to worry about. We probably won't have to worry about him fucking up Warner Brothers now, since apparently Paramount is now primed to purchase Warner Brothers.
I can live with that. Better than Netflix.
Yeah, honestly.
If they move the entire Warner Brothers library to Paramount Plus, and I'm using my friend's ad-free plan, I can live with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Tubi is about to be getting a fuck ton of old Hanna-Barbera and Cartoon Network shows at the beginning of next month.
Yeah, I plan on doing a rewatch of Codename Kids Next Door.
I need to finish watching Reboot so I can start watching Cow and Chicken. Dude, that show.
Reboot has better CGI than all these fucking movies combined.
Yeah, I'm halfway through Reboot. I'm 2 seasons in, and it's a 4-season show, so I need to finish that. So yeah, if you want something to watch on Tubi, it's like just ignore this. Ignore Aquarium of the Dead. You can watch the first 2 Zombies for like a bad movie night with your friends. Just watch some old Cartoon Network shit. Relive your childhood.
Dude, for next Bomb of the Bin, for a Bomb of the Bin, we need to look at 2012 Zombie Apocalypse at some point. That's actually tolerable because it has fucking Ving Rhames in it.
Oh, nice.
It's an asylum film, but it has its moments.
You know what we should do? We should do FPS first-person shooter for the next one, and then do Zombie Apocalypse for the one after that.
Works for me. It can be watched for free on YouTube or Tubi.
Hey, I'm down for that. We got to figure out what the hell we're going to be watching what the hell we're going to talk about for movie discussions next week.
Anything but Super Mario. Beat Galaxy, the new Super Mario Galaxy movie.
I mean, that movie's not out until April, so.
Okay, but no.
You know what we
need to consider. Go ahead.
You know what we could cover? So, Internet Archive has a 2-hour work print cut of the Super Mario Brothers movie from '93. And it actually drastically improves the way the narrative unfolds.
Yeah, you'll have to run that by me again. My brain shat itself halfway through.
So, if you Google Super Mario Brothers Morton Jankel cut, you'll find a download link to, it's a 2-hour cut of the live action movie from '93. And it further fleshes out the narrative. It feels more like a full, complete movie than the version that came out in theaters. But it's a work print copy of it, so not all the footage is as like razor sharp as it could be. But it is an interesting window into the movie that could have been released.
Still can't believe they made Yoshi a fucking velociraptor. Yeah. Are we still talking about Super Mario?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they made Yoshi a fucking velociraptor.
If he had feathers, he would be an accurate velociraptor.
No. I don't like my dinosaurs having feathers. Thank you very much.
Like I said, it would be more accurate.
Yeah, I know. The fucking scientific community's been up in arms about it for like 10 years now.
So we could talk about that. I don't know if you've got anything else. I'm pretty much said all I need to say. This movie is not even.
Let's talk about let's talk about the satisfaction of watching Daniel get punched in the face.
Oh yeah. So as it turns out, the reason that the animal zombie thing had not been destroyed was the fact that DC Douglas was holding on to it for the senator because he wanted to close down the aquarium, something tax write off, something make a fuckload of money off the pathogen, and that plus question mark equals several people who didn't deserve it being and a shitty U.S. senator who absolutely deserved it being iced by zombified aquarium animals. So once
And apparently the only way they could leave is if she punched him in the nose.
well, yeah, because there's this recurring bit about these two firemen who are trying to get into the aquarium, but they can't because somebody managed to get out a distress call to 911. And so when they finally get out of the aquarium and Miranda learns the truth, that DC Douglas is a shitty fucking person that's responsible for multiple people's deaths, she's like, the firemen come up to her and she's like, take him into custody. Is like, we can't do that, and she just a straight right into his fucking nose.
Breaks it. Breaks his fucking nose, and it's like, okay, now we can.
Can you believe this is the second movie in the past few weeks that I've seen that actually has a prominent, the second live action movie I've seen that has a prominent voice actor among its cast? Because DC Douglas in this one, and last month when I went to see Iron Lung, which has Troy Baker in it.
Yeah, Resident Evil voice actors.
Yeah. Apparently, you got Wesker in this movie, and fucking Jake from RE6 in Iron Lung.
Which, by the way, it's got to be well over 50 million by now.
It is at 50. But I don't think it's opened in any of the Asian markets yet. I know it's opened in North America. It's opened in Europe, and it's opened in New Zealand and Australia. But I don't think it's hit any of the Asian markets yet.
Yeah, speaking of territories, did you see that thing about the guy trying to steal the American flag and he gets attacked by a fucking eagle?
No, I did not see that.
That's the prime example of America. Fuck yeah. That's the most patriotic shit I've ever fucking seen. But anyways,
Oh my lord.
The Zombies trilogy, hard pass.
Yeah, should have stayed a duology.
But Asylum saw what Disney Plus was doing with Star Wars and thought, hey, how about we do a spin-off? Because, yeah, totally everything needs a fucking spin-off.
Oh my lord. Oh no, it's Alex just dropped a review of the PC port for Resident Evil Requiem, and the thumbnail shows Leon with a Photoshop Giga Chad jaw.
You know, I think I just saw that earlier on my YouTube screen on my TV.
I think that jaw belongs to... I think Chris Redfield called. He wants his chin back.
Bruce Campbell called. He wants his chin back.
No, fuck that. Barry's the real Giga Chad. Oh.
Dude, I still maintain my opinion that if they made a Dead Rising movie in 2000, Bruce Campbell is Frank West.
Oh yeah, if Dead Rising was a thing back then, absolutely Bruce Campbell would have been the perfect pick for Frank West.
Also, do you think it would have been possible if, say, if when the Xbox 360 first dropped, if they put a Xbox 360 version on it around then instead of waiting until fucking 2011? I think it would have ran on Xbox 360 just fine in 2005.
Of which game?
Resident Evil 4 original.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I'm surprised it never got.
I don't know why it. I don't know why they didn't do that.
Took so long. Took so long to get ported.
Right? I mean, it was
I also
already.
think-
I mean, they already had it on the PS2, and then there was the Wii port.
Yeah, did you know the Dead Rising Wii port literally is basically the same as the Resident Evil 4 Wii port?
I was not aware of that.
Literally, the behind-the-back aiming for Resident Evil 4 on Wii is literally the same in Dead Rising Chop Till You Drop.
Huh.
Hey, it worked.
I'll take your word for it.
But not a single Resident Evil game on original Xbox.
Yeah, that's. You would think they would at least put Outbreak on there, because I mean, Xbox was the console that popularized online multiplayer.
Apparently, back then, they could only put sequels and continuing storyline games on Nintendo consoles before, they decided this is completely fucking stupid and went multi-platform again.
Well, if I recall correctly, Capcom had an exclusivity deal with Nintendo for a certain number of games, and Resident Evil, the RE1 remake, was among them, which is why it didn't sell so well originally. And the series ultimately adopted the more action-oriented approach that started with 4.
And nearly killed it with 6.
Although the action-oriented approach, they put in because of the Paul W.S. Anderson movies. Just putting that out there.
And Shinji Mikami said fuck it and left after they put Resident Evil 4 on PS2. And I don't blame him considering, don't get me wrong, Resident Evil 4 PS2 is how I prominently played the game when I was a kid, but it looked better on GameCube. I'm just going to say it.
It did.
And I can now play it on PS4 on my PS5, so it's basically on everything now. It's basically on everything now except for DS, PSP, or Xbox.
Yeah, that game has been ported more times than Skyrim.
Why do you think I call Resident Evil 4 a remake and not remake?
Duh.
That's not me commenting on its quality. Literally, they should have done Code Veronica first, and I hope they do it before. If they do 5, they do Code Veronica first, so the Wesker thing makes sense.
Yeah. All I know is that they don't...
At least for newer audiences.
All I know is they don't need to remake the first game again. The RE1 remake is perfect just the way it is.
If they remake it again, I'm not going to complain, but yeah, I'm in the same boat with you.
If you're going to piss and moan about tank controls and static camera angles, all I can say is skill issue, get good.
That's another game I can play on my PS5 if I want to. I literally own all of the Resident Evil games on PS4 and 5 now. It took some time and waiting for sales to happen, but yeah, I got them all.
But
come on, you're proud of me.
But
in any event, I think that caps it for this discussion.
Yeah, I think I've said pretty much all I really have to say about this movie. It's a tax write-off masquerading as a spin-off. Just don't watch it. Just stick to the first 2. Zombies. If you're gonna watch these movies, just the first two.
At least they're somewhat tolerable.
Yeah, the first two, they're bad and they're stupid, but at least they're kind of entertaining. This is just, ugh.
This one's just fucking pathetic.
Yeah.
And that's me being nice.
Yeah. But with that being said, we're going to cap off this stream here. Hope you guys enjoyed listening to us ramble on and on again.
However, DC Douglas, if you happen to come across this video, you're probably the one entertaining thing about it.
Yep. Hey,
you were a damn good Wesker, sir.
Hey, I just got a notification for Part 5 of your Dead Space remake playthrough.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
I have begun recording my next playthrough. All I'm going to say about it is that it's a game that I previously played as a series on this channel, and I'm redoing it as a oneer.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
I think I've got.
That meme will never get old.
I think I've got a pretty good idea.
That meme will never get old. Wait, what did I say?
You said that meme would never get old.
Oh yeah, the glowing green guy from Batman Beyond.
Alright, so join us next... Wait, should we do Super Mario Brothers as a bottom of the bin or as a movie discussion?
If we're talking about the 90s film, definitely a bottom of the bin.
Okay, so we already have two other movies queued up for our next two bottom of the bins, but should be able to do the live action Mario movie in time for the new Illumination one.
I mean, I think it's appropriate. I mean, Brandon Tennell did the original King Kong vs. Godzilla for when Godzilla vs. Kong came out.
I still
think he should have done Coming to America for Coming to America, but that's just me.
So we'll do. So
you
we'll
must
do
be
that.
out of your goddamn mind.
So we'll do that. So we'll figure out something to watch or talk about for movie discussions next week. Honestly, it might not even have to be a movie review. It could be something just involving talking about movies in general. It doesn't necessarily have to just be us reviewing a specific movie.
How about after I finish my Dead Space playthrough, we think about doing the duology of high-end animated films?
You want to do that for movie discussions?
I feel like it fits more of Bomb in the Bin, but I don't even know when I'm going to be done with my Dead Space playthrough, so we got plenty of time to find a time to schedule it after what we got scheduled.
Yeah, so we'll figure something out.
Alright, let's not let my autistic brain keep this shit longer than it has to be.
Well, thank you guys very much for watching. We will catch you all next week. See ya.